The door slammed so hard the walls shook. "I hate this house," the boy shouted as he threw his small bag onto the dusty floor. His chest was rising fast, his eyes burning with tears he refused to let fall. His name was Eli, and his heart was breaking, even though he did not yet know the word for it. His father stood still. He did not shout back. He did not chase him. He only whispered, "Please, don't leave angry." But Eli was already turning away. "I don't want your rules. I don't want your prayers. I don't want this life." Eli yelled, "Give me what is mine. I'm leaving." The room went quiet. The younger sister froze near the doorway. The servants stopped moving. Even the wind outside seemed to stop. The father's hands trembled. "What you're asking," he said softly, "will hurt you. I don't care. If you must go," he said, "I won't stop you." That night, Eli packed his bag. He did not say goodbye to his sister. He did not hug his father. He walked out under the stars, believing the world was waiting to make him happy. He did not know the world does not love like a father. The first days felt amazing. Eli laughed louder than he ever had. He ate until his stomach hurt. He bought bright clothes and told stories about how brave he was to leave home. People liked him. At least, they liked his money. "Stay with us," they said. "You're fun. You're lucky." Eli smiled. "See," he thought, "I made the right choice." But days turned into weeks. Weeks turned into months. And the bag of money grew lighter. One morning, Eli reached inside and felt nothing. Nothing. He laughed nervously. "It's fine," he said to himself. "I'll find work." But the smiles around him were gone. The friends who once called his name now crossed the street. The doors that once opened now stayed shut. "No money," one man scoffed. "No place here." Eli's stomach growled. He tried to ignore it. Then the rain came. Cold. Heavy. Endless. Eli sat under a broken roof that leaked onto his shoes. His clothes were torn now. His hands shook, not from cold alone, but from fear. "I just need one job," he whispered. He found one. But it was the kind no one wants. "Feed the pigs," the farmer said. "That's it. No talking. No complaining." Eli nodded fast. Pigs. Back home, pigs were dirty animals. No one touched them. And now he lived among them. The pigs ate better than he did. One day, Eli watched them push their faces into the food. His mouth filled with water. His stomach twisted. He reached for the pig food. Then he stopped. "What am I doing?" he thought. His hands were shaking. "I'm so hungry," he whispered. No one answered. That night, Eli curled up on the cold ground. The smell was awful. His body hurt. His heart hurt more. And then, a memory came. His father's voice. "Are you hungry? I made your favorite. Sit with me." Eli covered his face and cried. "I was wrong," he sobbed. "I was so wrong." For the first time since leaving, he prayed. "God," he whispered, "I don't deserve to go back. I don't deserve love. But please, let me live." The next morning, Eli stood up. His legs were weak. His heart was scared. But he started walking. Home. Each step felt heavier than the last. What will Father say? What if he's angry? What if he doesn't want me? He practiced the words over and over. "I'm sorry. I was wrong. I don't deserve to be your son." When the house finally came into view, Eli stopped. His heart pounded. He looked down at his dirty clothes. His broken shoes. His thin arms. "I ruined everything," he thought. Then, the door opened. Far away, the father saw a small figure walking slowly. The walk was familiar. Too familiar. His heart jumped. "Could it be?" he whispered. He did not wait. He ran. People stared. Old men did not run. But the father ran anyway, his feet pounding the ground, his breath catching in his chest. Eli looked up and froze. "Father," he whispered. Before he could finish his speech, strong arms wrapped around him. The father was crying. "I thought I lost you," he sobbed. "I prayed every day." "I'm sorry," Eli cried. "I don't deserve." "Shoo," the father said. "You're home." The servants stared in shock. "Bring clean clothes," the father shouted. "Bring food. My son is back." "But sir," one servant said softly, "he wasted everything." The father turned, eyes fierce with love. "He was lost," he said. "Now he is found." Eli felt something he had not felt in a long time. Peace. And yet, not everyone was happy. From a distance, someone watched. His older brother. And his heart was burning. The older brother stood still, his hands tight by his side. He had seen everything. He saw the dirty clothes. He saw the thin body. He saw their father running like a child toward the boy who left. Toward Eli. His chest burned. After all this time, he muttered, after all the pain. Music began to rise from the house. Drums. Laughter. The smell of cooked meat filled the air. A celebration. For him? The older brother whispered. A servant passed by, smiling. Your brother is home. Your father killed the fat calf. Tonight is joy. The older brother's face went hard. Joy. He turned away. Inside the house, Eli sat on the floor while servants washed his feet. Warm water. Clean cloths. Gentle hands. He flinched at first. It's okay, his sister said softly, kneeling beside him. Her eyes were wet. You're safe now. I don't deserve this, Eli whispered. She smiled sadly. None of us do. Their father watched from the doorway, his heart full. He had imagined this moment 1,000 times. Sometimes in hope. Sometimes in tears. Now it was real. Eat, the father said gently, placing bread in Eli's hands. Eli took a small bite. Then another. Then he broke down crying. I thought you would hate me, he said through tears. I thought you would send me away. The father knelt in front of him. I never stopped loving you, he said. Not for one day. Outside, the older brother paced. His anger grew with every laugh he heard. Years of work. Years of obedience. Years of silence. And now this. Finally, he stormed toward the house, then stopped when he saw their father coming out. The father smiled. Come, he said. Celebrate with us. The older brother exploded. Celebrate, he shouted. I stayed. I worked. I obeyed. You never threw a party for me. The father's smile faded, replaced with sadness. My son, he said gently. You were always with me. But him, the brother cried. He wasted everything. He shamed us. The father stepped closer. He was lost, he said. And now he is home. The older brother shook his head. This is not fair. The father placed a hand on his shoulder. Love is not about fair, he said. It is about mercy. The brother pulled away. Inside, Eli heard the shouting. His heart sank. He hates me, he whispered. The sister squeezed his hand. He's hurt, she said. Like you were. That night, the older brother did not join the feast. And Eli did not sleep. He lay awake, staring at the ceiling. Why did father forgive me so easily? Why does it feel so heavy now? In the days that followed, Eli tried to help. He cleaned. He carried water. He spoke softly. But every smile felt fragile. The older brother avoided him. One afternoon, Eli found him in the field. I'm sorry, Eli said quietly. The older brother did not look up. Sorry doesn't fix everything. I know, Eli said. But I mean it. Silence stretched between them. You had everything, the brother said finally. And you threw it away. Eli nodded. I thought freedom meant no rules, he said. I was wrong. The older brother's voice cracked. And what about us? What about father? Eli swallowed hard. I heard him more than anyone. They stood there, two broken sons, different wounds, same father. That night, the father prayed. Teach them, he whispered, what love really means. Days passed. Healing was slow, but something was changing. Eli began waking early. He listened. He learned. He prayed. One morning, he stood beside his father and said, Teach me. The father smiled. Not the loud smile of joy, but the quiet smile of hope. The sun had barely risen when Eli followed his father into the fields. The ground was wet with morning dew. Birds sang softly, as if the world itself was waking slowly, carefully. Eli carried tools in his hands, but something heavier sat in his chest. Father, he said at last, his voice shaking, why didn't you punish me? The father stopped walking. He turned and looked at his son for a long moment. Do you think love needs punishment to be real? He asked. Eli looked down. I deserved it. The father knelt and picked up a handful of soil. When the ground is dry, he said, do we beat it or do we water it? Eli did not answer. We water it. The father continued. Because we want life to grow. Eli's eyes filled with tears. That day, Eli worked harder than he ever had before. His hands hurt. His back ached. But his heart felt lighter. Still, the older brother watched from a distance. Every laugh between Eli and their father felt like a knife. That evening, as they ate together, the older brother finally spoke. So, he said coldly, how long will you stay this time? The room went quiet. Eli froze. I'm not leaving, Eli said softly. I don't want to. The brother laughed bitterly. Until you do. The father raised his hand. Enough. But the damage was done. That night, Eli sat alone outside, staring at the stars. The same stars he walked under when he left. I don't belong here, he whispered. Footsteps approached. It was the father. You're hurting, he said gently. I broke everything, Eli said. Even now. The father sat beside him. Healing takes time, he said. Wounds don't close in one day. But what if my brother never forgives me? The father looked at the sky. Then I will keep loving both of you. Eli rested his head on his knees and cried like a child again. Across the field, the older brother stood awake too. His anger had begun to feel heavy. Why does this still hurt? He wondered. He remembered nights he worked late while Eli laughed. Days he obeyed while Eli dreamed. He remembered wanting his father's attention, but never asking for it. The next morning, something unexpected happened. The father fell sick. His breathing became weak. His steps slow. Fear spread through the house. Eli stayed by his side. So did the older brother. For the first time in a long while, they stood together. He needs water, Eli said. I'll get it, the brother replied quickly. Their hands brushed. They both paused. Later that night, the father opened his eyes and smiled weakly. My sons, he whispered, don't let pride steal love. Eli bowed his head. The older brother's eyes filled with tears. I was angry, he whispered. I thought you loved him more. The father squeezed his hand. I loved you differently, he said, but never less. The older brother broke. I wanted to be seen, he cried. I see you, the father said. Eli reached for his brother's hand. I see you too, he said. The older brother hesitated, then held on. That night, something shifted. Not everything was fixed, but something was healed. Days later, the father recovered. Laughter slowly returned to the house. Not loud, not forced, but real. Eli worked beside his brother. They spoke little at first, then more, then laughed once, and then again. One evening, Eli stood before the house and looked at the road. The road he once took away. I almost lost everything, he whispered. But he didn't. He found something better. Grace. The road stayed empty that evening. Eli watched it until the sky turned orange, then purple. Once, that road promised him freedom. Now, it only reminded him how close he came to losing love. He turned back toward the house. Inside, the older brother was fixing a broken chair. His movements were slow, careful. Eli hesitated, then walked over. Let me help, Eli said. The brother glanced up, surprised. Then he nodded. They worked in silence at first. The quiet was not angry anymore. It was thoughtful. You know, the brother said finally. I used to imagine leaving too. Eli looked at him. You did? Yes, he said. But I was afraid. Of what? Of disappointing father. Eli swallowed. I wasn't afraid enough. The brother gave a small smile. Or maybe I was too afraid. They finished fixing the chair and stood it upright. It wobbled, then held firm. Looks better, Eli said. So do you, the brother replied. Eli blinked, surprised. Thank you. That night, they ate together again. The father watched them quietly, his eyes shining. Later, he called them both to sit with him. When I was young, the father began. I once thought love had to be earned. Both sons listened closely. I worked hard, he said. I obeyed rules. I did everything right. But my heart was empty. He looked at Eli. You chased freedom and found pain. He looked at the older brother. You chased perfection and found loneliness. They both looked down. Love, the father said softly, is a gift, not a reward. The words settled deep inside them. Days passed. Life became simple again. Work, meals, prayer, rest. But one afternoon, Eli saw something that shook him. A boy stood at the edge of the land, watching the house. Thin, dirty, afraid, just like he once was. Eli's heart pounded. He walked toward the boy slowly. Are you hungry? Eli asked. The boy nodded. Eli remembered the pigs. The hunger. The shame. Come, he said. You're safe here. The boy hesitated. I don't belong. Eli smiled gently. Neither did I, he said. But I was loved anyway. The father welcomed the boy, fed him, gave him rest. That night, Eli couldn't sleep. He sat beside his father. Is this why you forgave me? Eli asked. So I could forgive others? The father smiled. Yes, he said. Love grows when it is shared. Eli felt warmth fill his chest. The older brother watched from the doorway. Something in him softened. He stepped forward. The boy can help me tomorrow, he said. Eli looked at him, surprised. The brother shrugged. We all need a place to belong. The next morning, the house was alive with quiet joy. No music, no feast, just peace. Eli realized something then. The story was never about leaving. It was about coming home. And home was not walls or land. It was mercy. It was forgiveness. It was a father who never stopped watching the road. Eli stood outside again at sunset. But this time, he didn't look at the road with regret. He looked at it with gratitude. Because he knew, no matter how far someone walks away, love can always run to meet them. Years passed, but the memory of leaving never left Eli. It didn't hurt the same way anymore, but it stayed like a soft scar, always reminding him who he used to be and who he was becoming. One evening, the father sat under the old tree in front of the house. His hair was now whiter. His hands shook a little when he lifted his cup. Eli noticed. "Father," he said, sitting beside him, "are you tired?" The father smiled. "A little," he said, "but it is a good tired." The older brother joined them, placing a blanket over their father's shoulders. "Rest," he said quietly. The father looked at both his sons and sighed, not in sadness, but in peace. "I used to worry," he said, "that love would not be enough." Eli frowned. "What do you mean?" "I worried that mercy would make you weak," the father said. "That forgiveness would teach you nothing." The older brother nodded slowly. "I thought that too. But," the father continued, "love did not weaken you. It changed you." Eli's throat tightened. "You learned through pain," the father said. "But you returned with humility." He turned to the older brother. "And you learned through patience," he said. "But you needed grace too." Silence wrapped around them like a warm cloth. That night, the father slept deeply. In the morning, he did not wake up. The house filled with quiet cries. Eli fell to his knees beside the bed. "I'm here," he whispered. "I'm home. Please wake up." But the father's face was calm, at peace. The older brother placed a hand on Eli's shoulder. He was crying too, openly now, not hiding it anymore. "He loved us," he said. "Yes," Eli whispered. "He really did." They buried their father beneath the tree where he used to watch the road where he waited. Days passed, then weeks. The house felt different, quieter, but not empty. One evening, Eli stood at the doorway, watching children play in the yard, the boy who once came hungry, now laughing. The older brother stood beside him. "Do you ever wish," the brother asked, "that things were different?" Eli thought for a long time. "No," he said finally. "I wish I learned sooner. But I don't wish it away." The brother nodded. Me neither. They had become fathers now, teachers, guides, forgivers. They watched the road together. Not because they were afraid someone would leave, but because they were ready to welcome anyone who returned. And maybe someone watching this story right now feels like Eli. Maybe you walked away. Maybe you made mistakes. Maybe you feel unworthy of love. This story is for you. No matter how far you've gone, no matter how broken you feel, grace is still watching the road. And if this story touched your heart, don't keep it to yourself. Like this video to help it reach someone who needs healing. Subscribe for more Bible stories that heal the heart and strengthen the soul. Comment below. Tell us which part of the story spoke to you the most, because someone else might be reading your comment and finding hope. Love is still running toward you.